Okay, so for this part of the project, we're going to take photographs on our mobile phone using mirrors as props. Now, mirrors in photography have been used since Victorian times, you know, as a way of taking self-portraits or as a way of offering an alternative narrative. Some photographers use mirrors that exist in the landscape, so wing mirrors and other types of reflective surface. And other photographers, fashion photographers, fine art photographers, introduce mirrors as an object, as a way of introducing another type of narrative into their photography. And the sky's the limit in terms of creativity. That's what makes it, I think, really exciting. And it also almost offers a kind of a portal into another world, if you like. It gives you the opportunity to have your camera obviously facing at whatever angle your camera's facing at, but tilting the mirror so you can kind of see other things around you, okay, and introduce other elements into your photograph. So by doing so, you're creating an in-camera collage, okay? You're showing people something else, okay, other than what they expect to see. So enjoy the project. Take on board some of the techniques that I'm going to show you next to make sure you get the best quality outcomes. And I really hope you enjoy it. Okay, so there's a couple of things that you need to consider when shooting with mirrors. First thing is that you may want to zoom in. As you know, to zoom in, you pinch and zoom, and the small icon comes up at the bottom to tell you how far you've zoomed in, which is great. Okay. Second thing, I'm just going to zoom out for that one, is that in order to make sure that something's focused on actually in the mirror itself, you need to press the screen. And if you press it for long enough, it says AEAF lock, and that indicates to you that wherever you've pressed will be sharp, and that's very important. Third thing, which I'm sure you're aware of, but again is really useful when you're trying to angle things, is self-timer. So tap the self-timer icon, press whichever amount of time you perhaps need, 3 or 10 seconds. I've pressed 3 seconds, and obviously tap the phone's shutter to shoot. In this selection of images, I'm going to demonstrate the task I want you to perform, which is a theme called Above and Below, where you photograph what's going on above in your mirror, in the reflection, and link it to what's going on below, so creating quite simple narratives. You'll also notice from the pictures I'm showing you that I'm quite careful with my composition, so being very exact about what you want in your shot and what you're leaving out. Is the mirror a part of your image, or is it actually the reflection that you're interested in? And now for something completely different. In order to achieve this effect, this in-camera effect for above and below, you're going to use your panoramic setting on your phone, and the next clip shows you how to achieve this image. Okay, another technique we're going to try, a little bit more advanced, is using the handheld mirror and your mobile phone set on panoramic, which is something you've probably tried anyway. But this will give you a quite unusual shot, okay? The key to making this work is positioning your handheld mirror, or your mirror, whatever mirror you have, at arm's length, okay? Holding your phone at some distance from the mirror, tapping your shutter button, and then moving quite quickly to make the shot. And you can move your mirror around, up and down. There we go, that's finished. As you go, okay? And you'll be interested to see the effect that gives. And this is the result from that clip. Notice how the panoramic setting elongates the mirror because of the movement and stretches the detail inside the mirror, but somehow retains what's going on in the background. And finally, we're going to do some editing together on the free app Pixlr. In this short video, we'll show you how to download Pixlr onto iPhone and Samsung. Tap the App Store logo on your screen. In the search bar at the top of your screen, type in Pixlr. From the drop-down menu, tap Pixlr Photo Collage Effect. Then press Download. Once the app has downloaded, you will need to locate the Pixlr logo on your home screen. To fully install, tap the logo. Notifications will come up about tracking and location. Pixlr does not need to track or know your location, so choose accordingly. It will need access to your photos for you to use it. And you will need to accept the license agreement. Tap Photos in the centre of the Pixlr home screen to access your photo library. If you have a Samsung phone, you'll use Google Play to access your apps. Tap Google Play, the logo on your screen. Once you've opened Google Play, type Pixlr into the search bar at the top of your screen. Pixlr app will appear in the drop-down menu. Tap that. Once Pixlr appears, tap the download button. The logo will then appear on your home screen. Okay, so now we've got Pixlr on our phone. We're going to open it up. Okay. I'm just going to get rid of that, and I'm going to go to the little home icon in the top left, and that will give me some choices: collage, photos, camera, or templates. Well, I'm going to choose photos to start with. I'm going to choose albums because I've made a special album for some photos called Mirrors. I'm going to choose that one. Now along the bottom are some icons. This will give you the usual editing tools that you have on your phone, so cropping, adjustments, all the usual stuff. But it's got another one called double exposure, which is great, so we'll touch on that in a bit. This one's for doodling, this one's for borders, this one's for text, and this one is for effects, and we'll go to this first. And I'm going to choose from that huge list, that one there, Sophia, I like that. Okay, if I don't like it, I can change to something else. You can just choose whatever you want, really. There is literally so much to choose from, but I'm going to go back to that one. I can change the intensity of that filter by tapping on there and moving it up and down, but I quite liked the full effect, so I'm going to tick that. If I don't like it, I can tap the arrow and go back to the beginning, or go back to where I was by tapping the forward arrow. Okay, another thing you can do is go back into your effects, and there's a word overlay in the middle. Tap that, and there's again loads and loads to choose from. I'm going to try Floyd. That's quite sparkly and nice, but No, it's a bit too much. I'll try that one. Quite like that. Let's try some more metal. Yeah, I like that one. Okay, I'm going to go for that. So I'm going to tick, say done, save image, and it says save to camera roll. Then tap the cross. If you want to come out completely, that's fine. You just press your home button, but to continue, press the home button. So we'll do one more. Photos, albums. I'll go back to this one, I think. That's one of my favourites. And go to effects. Again, loads to choose from. What would you choose? I think I like Ivan, it's called. Okay, so I'm going to tick that. Go back to overlay. And maybe choose a bit of an effect for that. Perhaps just a vignette, and the vignette will create a slightly darker edge to kind of draw your attention to what's going on in the picture. Okay, great. I'm going to go done, save image, tap the cross in the top corner. Now save to camera roll. I'm just going to show you the double exposure. So back to my photos, back to my album, and I'm going to choose one of the others. So this one, okay, which is the mirror looking at my light in the living room. Don't like that grey, so I'm going to go for a blue. Okay, I'm not going to worry about an effect. But I am going to tick that. Then I'm going to tap my little camera icon and go to double exposure. Tap, and you can choose any photo you like. So I'm going to choose that portrait of me. And I'm going to enlarge. And I'm going to move this. And basically you can make it less obvious. Okay, so very, very subtle, or just a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to tap the tick, go to my effects, and there we go. I'm going to tick that, go to my borders and choose a border for that. Well, that one, a bit much. Maybe a classic white, no, a bit boring. Okay, I'm happy with that. Tick, done, save image, image saved to camera roll, and now I'm going to come out. If I go back to my photos, those edits are in my normal camera roll. If I go to my albums, the originals are in my album. So play away. Okay, I'm just going to nip back into Pixlr and make a quick collage, okay? So tap that, back to my home screen, collage. And I've decided I want to use 3 of my pictures from my edits. So I'm going to choose these 3 here. And I've tapped them, and there is an order, okay? 1, 2, 3. I tap select, and it's given me lots of options for 3. So that's the first one it's come up with. But if I tap these, can you see it's given me another 3? When you tap the actual space itself, you can actually enlarge and decrease within the size, okay? I can't see my face on there. And I quite like that actually. So I'm going to go next. It says no further editing will happen if you do this. I'm still going to say yes. Okay, I might quickly just pop back into my effects and see what's on offer. So I'm going to go back to Sophia, okay, and that's quite a harsh edit, but I like it. I'm going to well, I might just decrease it a little bit actually, just take it down a notch. Tap the tick, then done, save image, and it's in my camera roll. You can do as many different combinations of collage as you like, and it's very enjoyable and very time consuming, I have to say, but enjoy. Join me in the next video, which will be using mirrors for creative self-portraiture.